Hi, this is David Odell with Odell Complete Concrete. This is part one of a two-part series. We're just going to demo this out, and this driveway is in bad shape. This is my top 10 worst I've seen condition of this concrete. Take a look at that, how the alkaline in the soil or the water is eroding the surface and bleeding through the cracks. So when I came to look at this job, I knew it was going to come out easy based on what I was seeing here. I knew there couldn't be steel in this. So easy breaking. Look at that. Wow. Looks like this concrete was sourced probably from along the beach. Probably had a lot of salt in it. Look at the hollow here. I've been finding a lot of those in this area. A lot of hollow cavities. So you can see my little setups making short work of this. Look at the nice bracing, the temporary bracing that's holding that awning up. The homeowner did that. Drove some 4-foot stakes in on an angle, cut them to fit, and then he used straps to hold it down so the wind wouldn't blow it away. So the idea is we're going to reuse that canopy. That's going to stay. He's going to drop posts straight down on the new edge of the new concrete. He's going to use wood framing on that. So we came up with an idea because these lots are level. There's no slope to the front or back. All we can really hope for is some cross slope and let it seep into the ground, possibly. So what we're going to do is set a stem wall, 4-inch high monolithic pour stem wall on the outside edge. And then we're going to do little notch outs in that stem wall so we can get cross slope away from the house, and it'll just come through beneath the top plate that's going to be holding up this awning. You'll get to see that form and setup in this video, how that works, and worked out really great. So we got a couple new guys here. We got Joshua, which he came up from Cali because he missed me, so he decided, hey, I'm gonna go to Arizona for a while because the weather's prestigious right now, and that's why he came. I wouldn't see him here in the summer though, But you know me, I'm hardcore, so I go take the good with the bad all year long. Also, we got Angel here, first day in construction, but it pretty much speaks for itself. It's basically watch the concrete get broken, get it into that bucket. However you have to do it, it's got to go from one place to the other. As long as it gets there, you're doing it right. This little porch right here was something to behold. When I looked at that, how the owner had started chipping away at the corner and gable, I went, wow, he didn't get very far with the sledgehammer. What am I going to run into here? Is it solid concrete? So the first thing I did was I chipped off all these pavers, the brick. These are split brick, also known as pavers in some cases. So I got rid of those because that's not a good material to mix with the concrete being recycled. It's a lot softer, so that's going to be just a landfill thing. The concrete itself will get ground up and used for road base. So the brick's going somewhere else. So the way I attack this porch is like I would attack any concrete porch, with the idea that maybe they have an infill, like dirt or something in the middle to displace the extra concrete. So I went around about 6 inches from the edges, and that seemed to work. And we found that the edges were concrete, the infill was block, and the cores of the block on the infill were filled with gravel. Also, I found some wonder board in there. Just about everything that was laying around the yard went into this hole before they poured the concrete. All this concrete here, it's going to be recycled, repurposed for good use. And in California, for instance, every dump trailer of concrete is $250 to dump. But here in Arizona, it's free, which is a nice little bonus. So everything's going to be a lot less money. Did you notice that siding start to move a little bit when I pushed against that? It's no biggie because that's all coming out. I want to remove all that siding and take a look underneath this house to see what's going on in there. Also, I want my concrete to go up underneath just enough to set that siding back on top of the new concrete, rather than the siding going below the concrete, rotting out from water erosion or whatever. I want the siding on top of the concrete, so that's what we're going to do here. The new concrete area is coming out a little bit further, and as we move the chunks of concrete in the back, we found these, forget what he said these are, geckos or something like that. I think he said Angel came up with the idea that these were geckos. I'm not real sure what they are, but you can tell it's moving very slow because it's cold right now. And these are cold-blooded. There's a couple of them there. Interesting little things. I got iguanas in my yard, but this guy right here's got some geckos. I found a couple of the iguanas in my yard, their holes that go underground, and I laid a banana next to one of the holes just to see if they'd come out to get it. And sure enough, they did. And they pulled the peel over the top of their hole after they're done eating the inside out, which I thought was kind of interesting. Here's another new tool I just got, and it's the Milwaukee Nailer. This baby shoots duplexes, and it does a really good job of it too. A nice number 8 duplex, bam, Done. Love that little tool. So yeah, it runs 8s and 16s. Only duplexes though. So if you're building big wall panels and stuff, this would be a great one to have. Or if you got a lot of form work. It came in handy here because we're stacking 2x4 to get that raised stem wall. So we had a lot of nails. I think we used about 350 lineal feet of 2x4 to form this out the way I wanted to do it. I could have used a 2x8 on the back of stem wall, but since I use 2x4s more often, I elected to stack them so I could build up my surplus, which came in handy for this next job because I've got like 600 lineal feet on this driveway. The next video, not part 2, but part 1 of the next series. So we're taking the siding off. We thought it would come off really easy. It looked like it was just some screws at the top, and it was staked down into a trough at the bottom. But someone had came through there with a nail gun at some point and just started slapping nails. I mean, a lot of them. So we had to use the cat's paw and pull every nail out. So I'm not sure if that siding will be reused or not. You notice this concrete, this area is a little bit, it's an extension of where it was before. This is a 14x14, and that's going to be a shed. And the other part will remain the driveway or enclosed garage. Here's under the trailer. I'm using treated lumber. This is pressure treated wood because that's going to stay in there. And then the wood stakes are also going to stay because we're going to stack another pressure treated on top later after the concrete's done. And that'll be what you can screw the siding into. Along the pressure treated wood, because it is staying, I put a bunch of screws, long screws that go through the pressure treated wood into the stake and still stick out 1.5 inches into the concrete, so that way that wood can never move. But there's your stem wall right there, how it's going up. We got a double stack 2x4 in the back and then a single hanging, so it'll be a monopore. Also, I'm going to stab some anchor bolts into that whole stem wall to fasten a plate. So on the box outs for the stem wall, for the cross slope drainage through the stem wall, that's just a matter of the last minute. Once it's all set up, then we can set the inside box outs for cross slope drainage. And the plate will just span those little 6-inch box outs. Now the stem wall ends there because this is where an 8-foot door will be. We have a little return at the other end. So you have an 8-foot double swing right there. So if you didn't stop the stem wall, you'd be tripping over it going in and out of the door. That's why. Stop the stem wall at the doors. Here's the Milwaukee plate compactor. Definitely foolproof. You don't have to worry about any fuel issues, carburetor problems, or carrying gas with you. Just press a button and go. There's some top spreaders that just kind of help hold the forms so the concrete will be dispersed equally to each side. I'm just going to do wire mesh in this whole job, no rebar. Here's the wire going in. You can see we have a couple returns here at the entry. So we've got a 10-foot door. I think I'm not sure if this is a double swing or what he's going to do here, but he's going to end up with a 10-foot opening. Probably be a double swing would be my guess. That way, if you're just walking in and out, you can just open one half of it. But if you got to get a vehicle, then you open both of them. Here's my form oil. This form oil's gotten a lot of use. I already put 5,000 miles on it in my truck. Now I'm putting it on the wood, so I'm really conserving, our resources this way. We have low light conditions right now because it's early in the morning, so the camera is kind of freaking out right there. But stay tuned for part 2 of this because it's pour day, and it's going to be a magnificent one. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.